I've always heard people say that owning a dog makes you happier, healthier, and more responsible. It's like the magic pill for a better life. So, naturally, when my life started feeling a bit, well, boring, I thought, you know what'll fix everything? A dog? I had this perfect Canadian fantasy all planned out. I'd be strolling through a snowy park, my loyal, majestic golden retriever trotting beside me, a double-double from Tim Hortons warming my hands, the sun glistening on the fresh powder. It was going to be picture perfect. Yeah, reality had other plans, so. Filled with this idyllic vision, I went online and found a local adoption center. I got on the phone with a volunteer who sounded incredibly sweet. She said, "We have this wonderful boy named Max. He's super friendly. He just needs a little structure." Now, a little structure. I should have recognized that as code. That was the universal animal shelter. Code for absolute chaos wrapped in fur. But I was naive. I was hopeful. I thought, structure. I can do structure. I organized my socks by color. The day I brought Max home, he was a perfect gentleman. He sat in the passenger seat, calm, polite even. When we got inside, we just stood there, staring at each other like two polite Canadians at a four-way stop, both waiting for the other person to go first. He gave a little tail wag, and I thought, this is it. This is the start of something beautiful. 10 minutes later, that beautiful beginning took a sharp turn. He chewed clean through his brand new leash, snatched my carefully made sandwich right off the counter, and then vanished under the couch like a furry, four-legged criminal on the lam. My beautiful beginning had turned into a low-budget heist movie. That night, I discovered a fundamental truth about my new roommate. Max doesn't sleep. He patrols. He's on perpetual neighborhood watch duty. Every noise, every creak of the floorboards, every single snowflake that dared to fall outside our window was treated as a full-scale code red barking emergency. By 3 a.m., I was wide awake, lying in bed, illuminated by the glow of my phone, Googling things like, can dogs get jobs? And is it possible to soundproof a dog? I figured if he was going to be up all night, he could at least contribute to the rent. The next morning, it was time for his first walk. Or, more accurately, he took me for my first drag. The neighbors were all out, sipping their morning coffee, and they got a front row seat to the spectacle of me, a grown adult, being towed down the street like a human sled by a 60-pound ball of pure, unadulterated energy. One of them, Gary, had the nerve to shout, "Looks like he's walking you." Yeah, thanks. Very, real helpful. Appreciate the commentary. Our trip to the dog park was equally memorable. While other dogs were politely sniffing each other or fetching balls, Max ran straight into the middle of a delicate gathering of tiny, fluffy dogs. He knocked one over gently, but still, and then somehow managed to steal a tennis ball that nobody was even playing with. It was just sitting there, minding its own business. I, of course, rushed over to manage the situation, but my Canadian instincts kicked into overdrive. Instead of a simple apology, I think I ended up saying sorry about 27 times. Apologizing to the dog, the owner, the other dogs, and a nearby squirrel for good measure. When we finally got home, I decided that what we needed was some good old-fashioned training. I dove into the world of YouTube dog training videos. Be calm and assertive, the experts said. Okay, I can do that. I stood up tall, puffed out my chest, held a treat with the focused precision of a bomb disposal expert, and gave my firmest command. Max just stared at me, blinked slowly, delicately took the treat from my hand, and then walked away as if to say, "Nice try, amateur." A week into our new life together, my apartment looked like a disaster movie set. My favorite pair of shoes gone, reduced to slobbery confetti. The arm of my couch thoroughly de-stuffed. The mailman emotionally scarred. He now just throws the mail at the door from the sidewalk and runs. It was around then, sitting amidst the wreckage of my formerly organized life, that I had a revelation. Maybe I didn't adopt Max to fix my life. Maybe Max adopted me to teach me a few things, like patience and humility, a lot of humility. One night, after another particularly chaotic walk where he tried to make friends with a skunk, We came inside. I collapsed onto what was left of the couch, completely exhausted. And then, something happened. Max hopped up beside me, curled into a tight little ball, and rested his head on my leg. For the first time in what felt like forever, the house was quiet. The barking patrol was off duty. I looked down at this furry little agent of chaos, sleeping so peacefully, and I thought, yeah, you're a complete and utter disaster, but you're my disaster. Now, a few months later, my life really has changed, just not in the way I expected. I wake up at sunrise, not by choice, but because a wet nose in the face is a very effective alarm clock. I actually go outside every day, rain or shine. I talk to my neighbors. Mostly to apologize for Max's latest shenanigans, but hey, it's socializing. And sure, my furniture is gone and my bank account is mostly dedicated to cheap toys and high-quality kibble, but you know what else is gone? That feeling of loneliness. That boring, predictable routine. So yeah, adopting a dog didn't magically fix my life like some fairy tale. It just replaced my old, boring problems with new ones that are fluffier, louder, and way more lovable. And honestly, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and Max today. If you enjoyed our story, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more chaos. See you in the next one.